And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding.
Okay.
A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Shit.
Right away.
Good. You gotta leave your workshop at some point.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Good books. Get your books. Oh, depending on what you want to do with it. Upgrades.
Hippocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
Oh?
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
Yeah.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
What?
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So we gotta get his materials. What are they? We got chill and nice hair.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do.
Oh, that's what her... What's
I'll
her
be
name?
heading to market for
From
the ingredients we need.
Curse
I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we
so
count on
we're
your
gonna
aid?
pick one.
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
I mean... Jill would be... the more likely one, but...
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
All right.
So, Clive, who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Oh, it's Tarzan. Tara. I think I'll take Tara.
All right. So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized.
Okay.
So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research.
Jill, you need to be taking it easy anyway. We're heading to Northreach Markets. That's where the dame is.
Now, where's Taya?
Slavers. There's talk. A big blasting.
Just has something more black. You gotta fight Tarya. Oh,
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Need to stock
There
up
she
on
is.
these.
Spoiling another.
There you are, Taya.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
okay.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me
Okay.
by the gate when you've got them.
Items are full, right?
What do you want?
I want your nuts.
Go on, take it.
Doesn't sound right.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that price?
Doesn't sound right.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I trust it's all here. Keep fighting the good
I should do
fight.
it. Hopefully Taya's finished too.
Well, did you find everything?
Yep.
I did. Here.
This one was easy.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. He'll be waiting.
Something on her mind.
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat.
See, that's the fun thing is like they've had these chats with this one. We had the one with Gav, and now we're having the one with Tarya. That's why I picked her over Jill. Like the conversation would have been different.
Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well,
You
it
want to
seemed
go on
long
a date with
overdue.
me?
And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
Yeah, about that.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Taya,
For what?
for everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
You could replace Jill.
Do you
if
think
Jill,
I'd stick
anything
around
happens
if I
to her.
thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
Do, do, do. You can be woman number 2 for me.
Well, I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
Sure.
All right. And thanks again.
I heard you the first time.
I like her. Definitely a good character. Back to Harpo Greets. This was quicker than the other two. Feels like. Oh, well, that one I didn't stop for anything, but the one before I did.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
What does the moon do? Is it better than Mountain Dew? Oh, moon dust is. Moon dew. Look, there's Jill. Let's see what she's got to
Welcome
say.
home. He had a successful trip.
Ah, better late than never. We're ready to begin whenever you are.
Wow. You guys are mean.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarya how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Well, it depends on what you do. I joined you, ladies.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action
She
for once.
says that.
When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
$3,000.
Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Abilities. Let's see, I don't want that. It's mastery. It's mastery. Let's upgrade. Information increased. That's mastery. Let's do this one. Whirlwind. Periods.
Thanks to Sid.
This is a location for her.
Mid hasn't been.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
Oh, the mid's dungeon.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
You really should have
Right
done
then,
it yourself.
better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Well, at least you're leaving your dungeon.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
Sounds like you're
On my
gonna
way.
fight.
Oh, and bring me the biggest salmon you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Well, I figured sometime later. Probably doesn't go together really well. Is that it there? Or... Oh, yeah, that's whatever doohickey is.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
3 more.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Got it, dude. Deserve it.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
Working on it.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right.
Stop it,
My mind's
Bobby.
made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was.
Yep.
And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
That's funny.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship? Let's sail it down the lake.
This is
Right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive,
we're screwed.
were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens.
Okay.
Got a letter for you. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Okay.
Don't mention it.